I think at the end of the day, remember that Tesla is a public company and it prepares a very thorough earnings deck for investors. In that deck, there is a section about revenue and profit, the headwinds and tailwinds for the top and bottom line. And what they're telling us about the bottom line is that while there were lower average selling prices for their consumer cars, the cost of producing them is also coming down, both from sort of the technology they use to manufacture and the process, but also raw materials. The thing that really jumps out at me is they're now listing the sale of full self-driving software as a direct contributor to profit, which I find really interesting because of two recent catalysts. FSD is available to Cybertruck owners very recently, and they also have this actual smart sum, and I won't give you the acronym, feature that is also contributing to the bottom line. And I think that Ross was talking about that, right? He was trying to understand where this margin boost was coming from if you strip out the impact of regulatory credits.
Okay, yeah, so that's what we're trying to figure out, and certainly there's going to be a lot of number crunching that happens, and I imagine a lot of questions from analysts too. I did want to get your thoughts on my line of questioning to Ross about political risk here, because I cannot name a CEO. In fact, you have CEOs right now coming out and avoiding talking about the election, whereas Elon Musk is going all in on this. In a different time, maybe that would make sense, but incredibly polarized country right now. Are analysts talking, apart from Ross, talking about the risk here?
Yeah, I think that, whether they are sell-side analysts or retail investors and institutional investors, that there is a likely chance that Musk is asked a question about this on the call within the next hour. There's no mention of the election or either candidate. Sorry, my mobile phone's ringing. Who knows who that is?
Could be Elon.
Either candidate, it could be, doubt it. Either candidate in the deck. I think what's interesting, and the important point to note here is that throughout the period of the Biden administration and the impact directly to consumers of the benefit of the Inflation Reduction Act, there has not been a lot of sort of vocal support of the Biden administration for Musk. That's gone very quiet. The Harris camp has not talked much about Musk. Yeah. Whether Musk proactively talks about them in the context of an earnings call, I would say on balance he probably will, but we'll have to find out.
I mean, given Elon's comments over the last few months about Kamala Harris, I don't imagine if she wins that they're going to have a very friendly relationship. Ed, before we let you go, there's still a lot of we're still waiting on the call. There's still a lot to get to when it comes to understanding more about these numbers. But is Tesla on its way out of the woods yet?
Well, it's really interesting. So the stock's down year to date, but look at prior years of performance on the stock. They're telling us that they're going to grow modestly on the EV side. And if you do the math, as our BNF colleague Corey Cantor has done, they're going to have a record-breaking fourth quarter to achieve that growth or beat the 1.8 million units they did last year. No one ever really talks about the energy storage print. That seems to be doing really well. Record energy storage and energy generation. And I go back to my earlier comment. They're listing it as a contributing factor to profit in a positive way in the earnings deck. Maybe we'll hear a bit more about that. But at the end of the day, the frustration Ross gave you is shared by many types of investors, which is you keep steering us to a future where you are not doing the thing you currently do, which is selling cars to consumers. In the future, you're going to be an AI and robotics company with a proprietary ride-hailing app. There's not a lot of mention of that in the deck. And I think on the call that will be at least where the questions are asked, whether or not Musk wants to go there of his own volition.